A lot of relationships can be saved with some healthy communication. So discuss what the boundaries are with the friends, with family, with whoever. And it's hitting my spirit, so I have to mention it. This isn't really so much about the transition from friends to lovers, but in relationships in general, I feel the need to mention you have to discuss even boundaries with the man's mother. All right? I've seen too many relationships be sabotaged or ruined because the man does not know how to draw a line with his mother so that she does not interfere and wreak havoc on the relationship. All right? And you as a woman, it would be best for you to get an understanding of how he even views what is necessary or how he should go about it. So this is one of those things where I would say you first want to ask him, what does he think it should be? How does he view that dynamic? And then if he mentions things that you don't agree with, you be honest about, well, I'm a little concerned about that, or I am flat out concerned about that. That's a problem for me. Again, because you just don't want these things to interfere because they weren't discussed. All right? And we cannot assume he will just know better. So yes, boundaries with mothers, with women, with everyone. Another thing that's hitting my spirit, if when he was your friend, he's one of these guys who likes all these women pictures on Instagram. All right? And to him, he's never saw anything wrong with it. That's how he gets down. It's very possible, very easy for him to become your man and think, well, you know I always got down like this, so I didn't think it was a problem. But the whole time it's bothering you. Again, you got to nip it in the bud right away. Before y'all even make the transition over, you got to say, listen, I know you like liking these pictures on Instagram, but I'm not okay with that. So if we're going to do this, are you okay with not engaging with these women online like you used to? And if he's like, oh yeah, cool, no problem. I have no issue with that. All right, y'all good. And if he's not, just got to keep it moving. All right, so here's another suggestion for you, for those who want to transition from friends to lovers, is consider a trial period. All right, so I think one of the things that's lacking from a lot of relationships, even marriages, is a lack of structure. Okay, I believe that too many people are freestyling and going all willy-nilly in there and just kind of leaving it up to chance and seeing where this goes. I really don't like though. Let's just see where this goes. Like, no. Let's have some structure. All right. Let's define how we're going to approach this. And it doesn't mean you can't still have the free flowing of just, going with things or spontaneity. You can still have that, but still include structure in your relationship. So in regards to how it applies here, I feel like because the transition from friendship to relationship requires some adjustment. Again, because how we were behaving with each other, the habits that we may have picked up on while we were friends may now need to change, and we have to get used to being in this new role. I think it's good to consider, okay, well, let's give this 60 days, right? Or 30 days or 90 days, whatever you want to make it. We discuss all these things. We discuss those boundaries. We discuss those new expectations, and we see how it goes. And if we see that after that time period, maybe we're not really fit for lovers, we're better fit as friends, all right, then we can amicably split or go back to our old, friendship, and no love lost, no harm done, no issue. Now, I know that's easier said than done. I know you may have a scenario where one realizes, this ain't gonna work, and the other one's fighting to keep it going. I get that. But I do think that having that trial period makes it easier if we need to abort this mission. You know what I'm saying? We need to step away from what we just attempted to do. And so have that discussion. And of course, if everything goes well, we're like, all right, great. You know what? This has been going really well. We're on the same page. Let's move forward. Now, I know some of y'all might be thinking, well, what if he just plays the role right for those first, let's say, 3 months, but then he switches up on you after? Here's the thing. We can't guard against scenarios like that completely. Like if someone, let me say, the vast majority of situations is not a man being perfect for 3-6 months and then switches up. Typically, there's flaws being seen. Typically, there are red flags, but we're minimizing those. We're looking past that, and we're putting more emphasis on the good. And we're using the good to say, oh yeah, he's been amazing. But in reality, you were seeing some issues that you just did not want to fully address or chose not to, all right? Now, I'm not saying there's never been situations where the dude literally was on point 100% from top to bottom. But again, I just can't honestly say that's the common thing. But the point I want to make with that is you can't always guard against that. But what you can do, and what I always encourage y'all to do, is talk to God. Pray. Ask God. Like, before we move forward, should we be doing this? And I'll get a little bit more into that later, but that's the only real way we can ensure we're not walking into a trap. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Relationships are the key to a successful life. But there's 5 areas that we have to be mindful of when it comes to relationships. There's relationship with God, relationship with ourselves, relationship with family and friends,